I would like to move on to asking Mr. Badrul Haque to carry out his presentation.
When I first came in July, and I still remain very excited, there's tremendous potentials for Jamaica. And I have been asking constantly why some of those potentials haven't been exploited. I can think of many countries around the world that would have been somewhere else in terms of social and economic developments. Jamaica hasn't reached there. I'll try and keep my remarks very short. I didn't write up anything except make some notes. I may come back to it with some of my ideas why I think the country hasn't done that well. Wesley spoke about the R word. I'm going to talk about the F word. Jamaica, like many other countries, have faced the 4 F crises: the fuel, fertilizer, food, and the financial crisis. Because it has fairly well-established institutional frameworks, they're not perfect, they need some improvement, but it has adequate financial sector regulatory environment. RADA has a fairly good database. Wesley spoke about the path. That is also, it's a remarkable example of how close the different political parties are and how they have been able to establish and maintain institutions. PATH, for example, is the first project that I know that started what we call smarter social policy. Many countries, especially the former British colonies, have all kinds of social welfare programs. Jamaica has been at the forefront in using the Survey of Living Conditions data to better target the social welfare. Despite economic difficulties, financial, fiscal issues over the last 15, 18 years, it has continued to undertake the living conditions surveys, and each opportunity they get, they better target the PATH program. So when we are very happy that we have been associated with the government in doing the survey of living conditions, in helping them with better targeting the PATH program. As a result, right now, they are reaching about 300,000 beneficiaries. And it's done in a way so that the beneficiaries get the money if they attend schools, if they are school-going age. Beneficiaries get money if the child is taken for medical checkup. In a way, some of you may have heard about the Human Opportunities Index. It's only recently researchers, after having done a lot of number crunching, have come to the realization that the whole debate about poverty alleviation and income inequality probably has been at the wrong end. And we've all spent a lot of time debating, how we could redistribute income and wealth and make everybody better off, except that if the country is very poor, it doesn't help. What the new research shows that if you provide equal opportunities to all the children, so you focus on equity, equal opportunities as opposed to equality, the results are much better for them. It takes them out of poverty, and obviously it generates growth, and it sort of has a self-fulfilling element in it. Jamaica has been doing precisely that. Through the PATH program, they have been addressing education, they have been addressing healthcare, nutrition issues. The problem is that if you look at the data for the last 10 years, other countries in the Latin America and Caribbean region, and we have only done this work for this region, the bank is now working in the other regions, everybody else has done very well. Jamaica has more or less remained where it was. It hasn't progressed. But the institutions are there, and it has been used, and it can be used to better target and the population. The one area, and Wesley is absolutely right, I mean, nobody really knows what the impact of the last F will be, the financial crisis. They have survived here because they had adequate, the initial round. It's the secondary effect on the real sector that nobody knows. We hope that the impact will not be that severe here, but at least they have the institutions to work with. What I wanted to briefly mention to you is that, as you know, we essentially downsized our office here in 1997 after being present here with a very sizable international staff. We upgraded it this year at the request of the government, and the request was very specific. They wanted the bank and the other multilateral agencies and the bilaterals to work with them, and what they asked of the bank is that, they're not looking to the bank for money, although money is welcome, but rather sharing the knowledge that the bank has. Having 185 countries in a cooperative gives us access to a lot of resources, bilateral and multilateral, as well as a knowledge base of having some 12,500 staff that's working for us. And so they were very specific. This is what they wanted. And they told us, we would like you to work with all the other donors. And the priority that they specified for us was first on debt. Again, a lot of things, you see, they're always ahead of everybody else. If they ask for the help now, there'll be some problem. But they asked us, and we have been working with them, not doing the reform program for them, but rather supporting them to put together their own reform program. And we have been collaborating with many of you, and you have been very supportive of the program. Going forward, we look forward to further collaboration and working with them to help with the debt issue. Now, solving the debt is not going to necessarily create jobs and incomes. It's a necessary condition, but by no means it's sufficient. There are other countries in the world where if you look around, Lebanon, for example, has a similar situation like Jamaica, highly indebted. A lot of government debt is held by the domestic investors, both individuals and institutions. Yet, despite the high debt, they have been able to support their debt servicing without having huge, what we call the primary surplus, revenue minus government expenditures before interest payments. So they have supported their debt servicing by generating higher income growth. Jamaica has been doing it by generating a lot of primary surplus, cutting down on the capital expenditures that are needed to foster growth. So that has been a constraint here. Now, so the issue, I think, in my mind, that we need to work with the government is what can be done beyond just helping them with both containing the debt, preventing the debt generation process, which the government wants to do, even before the 4F